What kind of mother destroys her own daughter's future for money? That's what you will ask when you hear this story. But before you judge Mama Ada, before you call her evil, you need to understand what desperation can do to a mother's heart. Because by the time you know the truth, you realize that sometimes love wears a mask of betrayal. It started with a phone call at 3 a.m. and ended with a choice no mother should ever face. One daughter, two parts. One decision that would shatter a family forever. But this isn't just about a mother who sold her child's dreams. This is about what happens when those dreams refuse to stay buried. Because what Mama Ada didn't know was that some promises, once broken, don't just disappear. They transform, they grow teeth, and they come back to collect what was stolen. You think you know how this story ends? You don't. Because the real horror isn't what this mother did to her daughter. It is what her daughter became because of it. This is the story of Ada, the girl who was going to change the world until her own mother made sure she couldn't. Stay with me. The truth will haunt you. They called her Little Professor before she could even spell the word. Ada Nwosu was 5 years old when she solved math problems her teenage cousins couldn't understand. By 7, she was reading medical textbooks her father brought home from the hospital where he worked as a cleaner. By 10, she was tutoring university students online, earning money to buy more books. But Ada wasn't just brilliant, she was obsessed. Obsessed with becoming a doctor. Not just any doctor, but a neurosurgeon. She would stare at pictures of the human brain for hours, tracing the pathways with her finger, memorizing every fold and function. Her bedroom walls were covered with anatomy charts instead of posters of musicians or actors. I'm going to fix broken minds, Mama, she would say to Mama Ada every night. I'm going to heal people who can't be healed. Mama Ada would smile and stroke her daughter's hair. Yes, my Ada, you will be great. But greatness, they would learn, comes with a price. And not everyone is willing to let you pay it. Ada's father, Papa Emeka, was a dreamer too. He worked 3 jobs, cleaning hospitals by day, selling phone cards at night, and washing cars on weekends. His hands were always rough, always stained, but his eyes glowed whenever Ada showed him her latest achievement. When she won the state mathematics competition at age 12, he cried for 3 days straight. This girl will take us out of this slum. He would tell anyone who would listen. She will become somebody. The family saved every naira. They ate rice and beans for months to buy Ada a computer. They walked everywhere to save transport money for her textbooks. Mama Ada stopped buying new clothes, stopped going to the salon, stopped dreaming about anything except her daughter's future. And Ada, sweet Ada, carried the weight of their sacrifices like wings. She studied while other children played. She memorized while others watched television. She dreamed while others slept. By 15, she had already been accepted to 3 universities on full scholarships. That's when the phone call came. It was a Tuesday night in March. Ada was in her room preparing for her final secondary school exams when the phone rang. Mama Ada answered, her voice groggy with sleep. Hello? Yes, this is Kemi Nwosu, Ada's mother. The voice on the other end was crisp, professional, foreign. Mrs. Nwosu, this is Dr. Sarah Mitchell from Harvard Medical School. I'm calling about your daughter. Mama Ada's heart stopped. Harvard. The word hung in the air like a promise from heaven. We've been following Ada's academic process through our online activities and competition results. Mrs. Nwosu, your daughter is extraordinary. We would like to offer her a full scholarship to study at Harvard with a guaranteed pass to our medical program. The room spun. Mama Ada gripped the phone so hard her knuckles turned white. There is just one condition, Dr. Mitchell continued. She needs to arrive in Boston by September. All expenses covered, including housing and living allowances for the family. But the offer expires in 72 hours. We need a decision quickly. When Mama Ada hung up, she stood in the darkness for a long time. Then she woke up Papa Emeka and together they woke up Ada. Harvard wants you, Papa Emeka whispered, his voice breaking. Ada blinked, confused. Harvard? The Harvard? Full scholarship. Everything paid. They want you, Ada. They want our little professor. Ada sat up in bed, mind racing. Harvard meant America. Harvard meant the best medical training in the world. Harvard meant everything she had ever dreamed of and more. But Harvard also meant leaving Nigeria, leaving her family, leaving everything familiar. When? She asked quietly. September, 4 months from now. Ada nodded slowly. I'll do it. I have to do it. They spent the next week in a blur of excitement and preparation. Papa Ada called in sick to work so he could help Ada research Harvard's programs. Mama Ada started learning about American culture online. Ada began teaching herself American English pronunciation. The whole neighborhood buzzed with the news. Ada Nwosu is going to Harvard. The local newspaper wanted to interview her. The state governor's office called to congratulate the family. Everything was perfect. Everything was falling into place until the second call came. The second call came on a Thursday evening. This time, Ada answered. Hello, is this Ada Nwosu? Yes, this is Ada. Ada, this is Dr. Richardson from Harvard's admissions office. I am calling about your scholarship. Ada's heart fluttered. Yes, sir. Is everything okay? Well, there has been a small complication. We need some additional documentation for your visa application. Nothing serious, but time sensitive. What kind of documentation? We need proof of family financial stability, bank statements, property documents, that sort of thing. The US Embassy requires this for student visas now. New policy. Ada frowned. But you said it was a full scholarship. Why do they need our financial information? Just a formality, Ada. But here is the issue. The documents need to be processed through a special education consultant, someone who understands the American culture. It costs about 50,000 naira, but is the only way to guarantee your visa approval. Ada's stomach dropped. 50,000 naira. That was more money than her family had ever seen at once. I'll have to talk to my parents. Of course. But Ada, I need to be honest with you. If we don't receive these documents by Saturday, we'll have to offer your spot to another student. I am sorry, but those are the rules. When Ada told her parents, the room fell silent. 50,000 naira. They had maybe 5,000 in their savings account. We can borrow it, Papa Emeka said finally. I'll ask my brothers. We'll find a way. But his brother said no. His friends had no money to lend. The bank wanted collateral they didn't have. Meanwhile, the clock was ticking. Friday passed, Saturday morning arrived. That's when Mama Ada got the third call. Mrs. Nwosu, this is Chief Okoro. I heard about your daughter's Harvard opportunity. Chief Okoro was the richest man in their area. He owned hotels, bought land, and had connections everywhere. Mama Ada knew him by reputation only. Yes, sir. I can help you with the money. 50,000 naira. Right now. No questions asked. Mama Ada's heart leaped. Really? You would do that for us? Of course. But I need a small favor in return. Anything, sir. What do you need? I need Ada to come work for me instead. The words hit Mama Ada like cold water. Sir? Mrs. Nwosu, Let me be clear. Harvard is a beautiful dream, but dreams don't pay bills. I am offering Ada a job at my company, good salary, immediate start. She can go to university here in Nigeria, part-time if she wants. But more importantly, she can take care of her family now, not in 10 years. But Harvard is for rich people's children, Mrs. Nwosu. Your daughter is brilliant, yes, but she belongs here, helping her people, helping her family. I can make her rich right here in Nigeria. Mama Ada felt the world tilting. What kind of work? She will be my personal assistant, handle my business communications, manage my schedule. She is smart enough to learn quickly. I will pay her 200,000 naira monthly. 200,000 naira. That was more than Papa Emeka made in 6 months. I need an answer now, Mrs. Nwosu. The Harvard deadline is in 2 hours, and my offer expires when that deadline passes. Mama Ada stood at the crossroads of her daughter's life, holding a phone that felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. On one side, Harvard, dreams, uncertainty, and debts they couldn't afford. On the other side, immediate money, security, and a future she could understand. Can I speak to my husband first? You have 30 minutes. Mama Ada found Papa Emeka in the backyard, staring at the sky. She told him about Chief Okoro's offer. 200,000 naira every month, he whispered. Yes, starting immediately. They stood in silence. Around them, their neighbors were cooking dinner. Children were playing. Life was continuing normally, but for the Nwosu family, time had stopped. What about Harvard? Papa Emeka asked. Chief Okoro says dreams don't pay bills. But, Ada, this is her dream. This is everything she has worked for. And what if she goes to Harvard and we can't afford to keep her there? What if something goes wrong? What if she gets there and can't cope? At least here, she is safe. Here we can watch over her. Papa Emeka closed his eyes. What does Ada want? She is in her room, crying. She knows we don't have the money. They found Ada sitting on her bed, surrounded by her Harvard research, her medical textbooks, her anatomy charts. Her face was streaked with tears, but her jaw was set with determination. I'll find another way, she said before they could speak. Maybe Harvard can wait a year. Maybe I can hand the money myself. Mama Ada's heart broke. Her daughter was trying to be strong, trying to sacrifice her dreams to protect her parents from an impossible choice. Ada, Mama Ada said softly, Chief Okoro has offered you a job. Ada looked up, confused. A job? Good money. Very good money. You could help the family immediately and still study part-time. But Harvard will always be there, Ada. But your family needs you now. The light tasted like poison in Mama Ada's mouth. Harvard won't always be there. This opportunity would never come again, and she knew it. Ada stared at her mother. You want me to give up Harvard for a job? I want you to be practical, Ada. We are poor people. Poor people don't go to Harvard. But I am not just any poor person, Mama. I am smart. I hate this. And you will learn other things too, right here at home. Ada was quiet for a long time. Finally, she nodded. If that is what you think is best. Mama Ada called Chief Okoro back. We accept your offer. Excellent. Ada starts Monday. And Mrs. Nwosu, this stays between us. No one needs to know about the Harvard situation. When Mama Ada hung up, she felt hollow inside. She had just traded her daughter's dream for money. But they would eat well. They would have security. They would survive. What she didn't know was that Chief Okoro wasn't interested in Ada's intelligence. He was interested in something much darker. Ada's Monday morning started in Chief Okoro's luxurious office building in Victoria Island. She wore her best dress, carried a notebook, and tried to smile despite the hollow feeling in her chest. Chief Okoro was a large man with gold teeth and eyes that lingered too long when he looked at her. "Welcome, Ada. You are going to like working here." Her first day was strange but manageable. She answered phone calls, organized files, sent emails. The work was beneath her intellect, but the pay was real. She sent money home that very evening. But by the second week, things began to change. "Ada, I need you to work late tonight," Chief Okoro said on a Tuesday evening. "Important client meeting." The client never came. Instead, Chief Okoro asked Ada to sit with him in his private office, drink wine, and discuss her future. "You are special, Ada," he said, his voice thick with alcohol. "Very special. I could do so much for you." Ada felt uncomfortable but tried to stay professional. "Thank you, sir. I appreciate the opportunity." "Call me Chief," he said, moving his chair closer to hers. "We are going to be very close, you and I." When he touched her hand, Ada pulled away. "Chief, I think I should go home now." "Home? But we are just getting to know each other." That night, Ada told her mother about the uncomfortable meeting. Mama Ada's stomach turned, but she pushed down her fears. "Maybe he was just being friendly, Ada. Rich men are different. You have to be patient." "But Mama, it made me feel, Ada, this job is feeding our family. Don't create problems where there aren't any." The third week, Chief Okoro asked Ada to travel with him to Abuja for a business conference. When they arrived at the hotel, there was only one room booked. "Don't worry," he said with a smile that made Ada's skin crawl. "I'll sleep on the couch." He didn't sleep on the couch. That night, Ada locked herself in the bathroom and called her mother, whispering desperately into the phone. "Mama, please, come get me. Something is wrong here." "Ada, what are you talking about?" "Chief Okoro, it's not. This isn't about work, Mama. Please, I want to come home." "Ada, you are being dramatic. This is a good job. Don't ruin it with childish fears." "Mama, he tried to. He wanted to." "Ada, listen to me. We owe Chief Okoro money. We owe him respect. Whatever he wants, you give him. Do you understand?" The line went quiet. "Mama, do you understand, Ada?" Ada understood. Her mother had sold her. Not just her dreams, but her body, her dignity, her soul. "Yes, Mama, I understand." But what Mama Ada didn't understand was that Ada had inherited more than intelligence from her bloodline. She had inherited something ancient, something that had been sleeping in their family for generations, something that woke up the night her mother betrayed her. The next morning, Chief Okoro was found dead in his hotel room. Heart attack, the doctor said. Very sudden, very strange for a healthy man his age. Ada came home quiet, changed, different. She never spoke about what happened in Abuja. She never explained how Chief Okoro died. She just went to her room, sat at her desk and began to write. She wrote formulas that didn't exist in any textbook. She drew diagrams that ought to look at. She spoke to her reflection in languages that predated Christianity. And later at night, Mama Ada would hear her daughter whispering in the darkness, "You sold my dreams, Mama, so I bought something else instead." 6 months later, Ada was accepted to Harvard again. Full scholarship, all expenses paid, no documentation required. The admissions officer couldn't explain it. "It's like the universe is bending to make this happen," she said. But this time, Ada wasn't the same girl who had dreamed of healing broken minds. Now she was interested in breaking them. The night before she left for America, Mama Ada found a note on her pillow. Mama, you taught me that dreams have a price. You were right. I paid it, but not with money. Now it's your turn to pay. Sweet dreams. That night, Mama Ada began having nightmares. Every night, the same dream. Ada standing at the foot of her bed, holding a scalpel, smiling with teeth that were too sharp. I'm going to fix broken minds, Mama, Dream Ada would say, starting with yours. The nightmares never stopped. Even when Ada left for Harvard, even when she became famous, even when she sent money home every month, with notes that always ended the same way. Thanks for teaching me that everything has a price. I have learned to collect payment. See you soon. Because some betrayals can't be forgiven. Some dreams, when murdered, become something else entirely. And some daughters never forget the night their mother sold their soul. So, ask yourself, what would you do if your dreams were sold by the person who was supposed to protect them? And more importantly, what would you become if betrayal was a lesson that shaped your life? The story doesn't end here. Ada is still out there, still collecting payments for dreams that were stolen. And they say she's coming home soon. Like this video if it shook you. Subscribe to our channel for more shocking African stories that will haunt your dreams. Hit the notification bell because what I'm about to reveal about Ada's Harvard years will chill your blood. See you in the next tale.